Tai wiped the sweat from his forehead as he crawled through the narrow air duct. The metal was cold against his hands and knees. He had been fixing things on Nexus 7 space station for 5 years now, but he still hated the tight spaces. His tool belt clinked against the duct walls as he moved. "Control room, this is Ta. I'm at section L12, he said into his small radio. The airflow sensor is broken down here. I need to go deeper to fix the main unit. Copy that, Ta. A voice crackled back. That area hasn't been used in months. Be careful. Ta nodded to himself and continued forward. His light showed the way through years of dust. This part of the station had been empty since the Vorn left. The Vorn were tall, thin aliens with gray skin who kept to themselves. They had rented this whole section for what they called research before suddenly leaving 3 months ago. As Tide reached the main air unit, he heard something. At first, he thought it was just the broken fan making noise. But then he heard it again. The soft whine, like an animal in pain. That's strange, Ta whispered to himself. There shouldn't be anything alive down here. He finished fixing the air unit quickly, then followed the sound. It led him to a vent opening that looked down into a small room. Through the slats, he saw something that made him freeze. In the room below was a creature that looked like a dog, but clearly wasn't from Earth. It had blue fur that seemed to glow slightly in the dim light. Instead of 4 legs, it had 6. Its eyes were large and purple, and its belly was swollen. The creature was pregnant. The alien dog was lying on its side in what looked like a cell, with a clear wall on one side. There was a small water dish that was nearly empty, and nothing else. Who would leave you here? Ta whispered. The creature's ears perked up at his voice, and it looked directly at the vent where he was hiding. Its eyes were full of pain, but also something Ta recognized immediately: intelligence. Ta knew he should report this. Station rules were clear. All alien life forms needed to be registered and kept in proper areas. But something about the creature's eyes made him pause. If he reported it, station security would take it away. Who knew what they would do with it? He made a quick decision. Using his tools, he removed the vent cover and carefully lowered himself into the room. The creature watched him, but didn't try to move away. It just made that sad whining sound again. It's okay, Ta said softly, kneeling a few feet away. I won't hurt you. He pulled out his scanner and checked the air. It was safe to breathe. Then he took out his tablet and pointed it at the wall panel next to the clear door. With a few quick taps, he was able to hack into the cell's system. Specimen L7, he read aloud. Species, Lumina. Status, gestational study in progress. Ta looked at the creature with new understanding. They were experimenting on you, weren't they? And then they just left you here. The Lumina's eyes seemed to say yes. Ta checked his watch. His shift was ending soon. He needed to go back up or people would wonder where he was. But he couldn't just leave this creature. I'll come back, he promised, reaching into his pack. He pulled out his lunch, a sandwich and a bottle of water. He placed them on the floor and pushed them toward the Lumina. I don't know if you can eat this, but it's better than nothing. I'll bring proper food next time. As he prepared to climb back into the vent, the Lumina made a different sound, almost like a word. Tai looked back and saw the creature had moved closer to the food. Its eyes met his, and Tai felt a strange connection. I'll call you Nari, he said suddenly, not sure why the name came to him. And I promise, Nari, I won't abandon you like they did. As Tai climbed back into the vent, he already knew his life had changed forever. Whatever happened next, he was now responsible for this strange, beautiful creature and the babies it carried. For 3 days, Ta came back to visit Nari. Each time, he brought different foods to see what she would eat. He learned that she liked meat the most. She also drank water quickly, so he brought extra bottles. You must have been so thirsty, Ta said, watching as Nari lapped up the water. He sat cross-legged on the floor, keeping a small distance to make her feel safe. Today, he had brought a medical scanner he had borrowed from the station's supply room. He wanted to check if Neri and her babies were healthy. "I need to scan you," Ta said, holding up the small device. "It won't hurt. It will help me know if you're okay." Neri watched him with her purple eyes. Then, slowly, she moved closer to him. This was the first time she had come so near. Ta held very still. Neri stretched out her neck and sniffed the scanner. Then she lay down beside Ta, her swollen belly exposed. Ta smiled. "Thank you for trusting me." He ran the scanner over her body gently. The screen showed 6 small shapes inside her. 6 puppies, all alive and growing. Ta felt relief wash over him. "Your babies look good," he told her. "But you need better food and a softer place to sleep." That night, after his work shift, Ta went to the station's storage area. He took a soft blanket, some cleaning supplies, and a portable heater. No one would miss these things. He also got some real meat from the kitchen when the cook wasn't looking. When he returned to Neri's cell, he found her waiting by the vent. Her tail moved slightly when she saw him, and her blue fur glowed a little brighter. "I brought you some things," Ta said as he dropped down into the room. He spread the blanket in one corner, making a soft bed. Then he set up the small heater nearby. "This will keep you warm," he explained, turning it on. "And this is real meat, not the processed stuff I brought before." Neri approached the meat and ate it quickly. Then she did something that surprised Ta. She made a series of soft clicking sounds, followed by a low hum. Her front paw moved in a pattern on the floor. "Are you trying to talk to me?" Ta asked, amazed. Neri repeated the sounds and movements. Todd watched carefully, then tried to copy her. When he made the same clicking sound, Neri's ears perked up. "I wish I could understand you better," Ta said. He took out his tablet and searched for information about the Lumina species. There wasn't much. Most of it was marked as classified by the Galactic Council, but he did find one important fact. The Lumina were known for their empathic abilities. They could share feelings and simple thoughts through touch. Ta looked at Neri with new understanding. "You're trying to connect with me, aren't you?" Slowly, he held out his hand, palm up. Neri looked at it, then at his face. After a moment of hesitation, she placed one of her paws on his hand. A warm feeling spread through Ta's mind. It wasn't words exactly, but he felt gratitude, fear, and hope all mixed together. He also felt the discomfort of Neri's pregnancy and her worry for her puppies. "I feel you," Ta whispered, amazed. "I promise I'll keep you safe." When the connection ended, Ta knew what he needed to do next. He couldn't keep sneaking down here forever. Neri needed proper care, especially with the puppies coming soon. He would need help. There was only one person on the station he trusted completely. G, the botanist who worked in the greenhouse level. Jai had always been kind, even to the strange plants from other worlds. Maybe she would be kind to Neri too. Tomorrow, Ta told Neri as he prepared to leave, "I'm going to bring a friend, a good person who can help us. Is that okay?" Neri made the clicking sound again and touched his hand briefly. Ta felt a cautious agreement. "Don't worry," he said. "Soon you won't be alone anymore." Ta was fixing a broken food machine when it happened. A sharp feeling hit his mind like a lightning bolt. It wasn't his pain, but he felt it anyway. He knew right away. It was Neri. She needed him. "I have to go," he told his boss quickly. "Emergency." Before his boss could answer, Tai was running through the station halls. People looked at him strangely, but he didn't care. In his mind, he felt Neri's fear and pain growing stronger. When he reached the empty section, he moved faster than ever before. He dropped down into Neri's cell and found her lying on her side. Her blue fur was wet with sweat, and she was making high, scared sounds. "The puppies are coming," Ta said, kneeling beside her. "It's okay. I'm here now." He had never helped an animal give birth before. He had never even seen it happen. But last night, he had downloaded information about dog births onto his tablet. He hoped alien dogs weren't too different. Tai opened the medical kit he had brought. He put on clean gloves and laid out soft cloths. "You're going to be fine," he told Nari, stroking her head. "Just push when your body tells you to." Nari's eyes locked with his. Through their touch, he felt her trust. She was scared but ready. The first puppy came quickly. It was small with dark blue fur like its mother. Ta gently cleaned it with a cloth and placed it near Nari's head. She sniffed it and made a happy sound. "One down," Ta said with a smile. "You're doing great." The second and third puppies followed. They looked similar to the first, but one had lighter blue fur. The fourth puppy took longer. When it finally came out, Todd gasped. This one had purple fur that seemed to change color in the light. "You're all so different," he whispered, cleaning the fourth puppy. Then came the fifth. Ta knew something was special about this one right away. Its fur was silver, shining like metal. As soon as he cleaned it and placed it near Nari, the puppy opened its eyes. Most newborn puppies kept their eyes closed for days, but this one looked right at Ta. And then the strangest thing happened. A voice spoke inside Ta's head. "Thank you for helping us, asterisk." Ta nearly fell over in shock. He looked at the silver puppy, whose eyes were still fixed on him. "Did you just—" he began, but stopped when he felt Nari's pain again. There was one more puppy coming. The sixth puppy was the smallest, with fur that was almost white. It seemed weak, and Ta worked quickly to help it breathe. After a tense moment, the tiny puppy made a small sound and moved its legs. "All six are here," Ta said, feeling tired but happy. "You did it, Nari." Nari gathered her puppies close. They began to feed, making small, contented noises. The silver puppy, however, kept watching Ta. "My name is Sue," the voice in his head said. "Sue," Tay repeated out loud. "How can you talk to me? You were just born." "We are not like Earth dogs," the voice explained. "We are born with the knowledge of our ancestors. I am the one who can speak for my family, asterisk." Tai sat back against the wall, amazed. "What else can you do?" "I can show you," Sue replied. Suddenly, Tai's mind was filled with images, a beautiful planet with purple skies, creatures like Nari living in harmony, and then darkness as strange ships arrived. He saw the Vorn taking Nari away, using her for experiments, trying to create special puppies with new abilities. When the images stopped, Tai was breathing hard. "They wanted to make puppies like you," he said to Sue. "But why?" "That is what we must find out," Sue answered. "But first, we need food and safety. The Vorn will return." "They always do." Ta looked at the new family with determination. "No one is going to hurt you. Not while I'm here." As if in answer, all six puppies began to glow softly in the dim room, their fur shining with different colors. It was the most beautiful thing Tai had ever seen. "You've been disappearing a lot lately," Ji said to Tai in the station cafeteria. She pushed her food around on her plate, watching him with curious eyes. "And you keep taking extra food." Tai nearly choked on his drink. Had she been watching him? Ji was his best friend on the station, but he hadn't told her about Nari and the puppies yet. He wasn't sure if he could trust anyone, even Ji. "I've been busy," he said, not looking at her. "Extra work in the lower levels." Ji leaned closer. "Tai, I'd known you for 3 years. You're a terrible liar." She lowered her voice. "Whatever you're hiding, you can tell me. Maybe I can help." Tai thought about Nari and the 6 puppies, now 5 days old. They needed more food and better care than he could provide alone. And Sue, the silver puppy, had been sending him more urgent messages each day. "Okay," Ta finally said, "but you have to promise to keep it secret." After their shift ended, Tai led Ji through the quiet halls to the abandoned section. As they climbed through the air ducts, Ji asked questions, but Tai only said, "You'll see." When they dropped down into Nari's cell, Jig gasped. Neri was lying on the blanket with her 6 puppies cuddled around her. Their fur glowed softly in different colors: blue, purple, silver, and white. "What are they?" Jay whispered, her eyes wide. "This is Neri," Ta said. "She's a Lumina. The Vorn were doing experiments on her before they left. These are her puppies." Jai knelt down slowly, her training as a botanist making her gentle and careful. "They're beautiful," she said. The silver puppy, Su, lifted his head and looked at G with intelligent eyes. Asterisk, "She has a kind heart," asterisk, Su's voice said in Ta's mind. "The silver one is Su," Ta told G. "He can talk to me in my mind. He says you have a kind heart." Jai stared at Ta, then at Su. "You're joking," she said. Asterisk, "I am not a joke," asterisk, Su projected, and this time, G jumped. "I heard that," she said, putting her hands to her head. "In my mind." Ta nodded. Su can connect with people mentally. That's why the Vorn wanted these puppies. They were trying to create Lumina with special powers. Jai studied the puppies more carefully. Her knowledge of plants and biology made her notice things Tai had missed. "These puppies aren't all the same," she said slowly. "Look at their legs. Some have 6 like their mother, but others have 4 or 8. And their ears and eyes are different too." She looked up at Ta with serious eyes. "They're genetic hybrids. The Vorn mixed Lumina DNA with other species." "Is that bad?" Tai asked, worried. "It's illegal," G said. "Cross-species genetic experiments are banned by the Galactic Council." She gently touched the smallest puppy, the white one. "But they're still living beings who deserve protection." Su stood up on wobbly legs and walked to Jai. He touched her hand with his nose. Asterisk, "I can show you what the Vorn did to my mother," asterisk, he said to both of them. Suddenly, Tai and G saw clear images in their minds. Neri being taken from her home planet, the Vorn scientists injecting her with different chemicals, the pain she felt as they changed her babies before they were born. When the images stopped, Jai had tears in her eyes. "That's horrible," she whispered. "We have to protect them," Ta said. "But I don't know how. If station security finds them, they might give them back to the Vorn or send them to a lab." G wiped her eyes and looked determined. "I know where we can hide them better. The botanical garden has a private section where I grow test plants. No one goes there but me." She looked at Neri. "Would you come with us? We can keep you safer there." Neri looked at her puppies, then at Tai and G. She made a soft sound and nodded her head. "Then it's settled," Ta said. "Tonight, we move them to the garden." The botanical garden was a perfect hiding place. It had tall plants from many worlds, with strange colored leaves and flowers. In the back corner, Jai had made a comfortable space for Neri and her puppies behind some large purple bushes. For 2 weeks, Neri and her family lived there safely. The puppies grew quickly, each showing different abilities. Su, the silver one, got better at talking to minds. The purple puppy could make small objects move without touching them. The white puppy could heal small cuts just by licking them. Tai and G took turns bringing food and spending time with the family. They became quite attached to the puppies, giving them all names. "They're amazing," G said one day as they watched the puppies play. "I've been reading about the Lumina. They're supposed to be nearly extinct. No wonder the Vorn wanted to experiment on them." Ta nodded, then froze as a loud announcement came over the station speakers. "Attention all station personnel. We have a visiting research ship docking at Bay 12. Security clearance has been granted to our Vorn colleagues returning to collect research materials from Level 6. Tai and G looked at each other with wide eyes. "The Vorn are back," Ta whispered. Neri made a frightened sound and gathered her puppies close to her. Su looked up at Tai and G. Asterisk, "They have come for us," asterisk, his voice said in their minds. Asterisk, "They know we survived," asterisk. J knelt down. "How do they know?" Asterisk, "They put a tracker inside Mother," asterisk, Su explained. Asterisk, "It just activated. They know we are on this station, but not exactly where asterisk. Tay ran his hands through his hair. What do we do? They have permission to be here. If they find Nary and the puppies, they can claim them as research property. G thought quickly. Not if we can prove the experiments were illegal. The Galactic Council has strict laws about genetic testing on sentient species. Ta looked at her with hope. How do we prove it? We need evidence, G said, and we need someone who knows galactic law. She stood up with determination. I know someone who can help. Da used to work as a diplomat. He knows all about galactic rights. While G went to find Da, Ta stayed with Nary and the puppies. He could feel their fear. I won't let them take you, he promised, putting his hand on Nary's head. Just then, his tablet beeped with a message from his boss. All maintenance staff report to Level 6 to assist Vorn scientists in accessing sealed laboratories. Tay's heart beat faster. He had to go or they would get suspicious. But if he helped the Vorn, he might be helping them find Nary. Asterisk go, asterisk, Sue told him. Asterisk learn what they are planning. We will be safe with G asterisk. Ta nodded and reluctantly left for Level 6. When he arrived, he saw 3 tall, gray-skinned Vorn directing station workers. Their long fingers pointed to doors and equipment as they gave orders in cold, flat voices. You, mechanic, one of them called to Ta. Open this laboratory. We need to check if our specimens survived. Tay's hands shook as he used his tool to open the lab door. Inside, he saw empty animal cages and strange equipment. The Vorn pushed past him and checked a computer screen. The tracker is active, the Vorn scientist said to the others. Specimen L7 is still alive, along with 6 genetic variants. The experiment was successful. Excellent. Another Vorn replied. Find them immediately. The director will be pleased. Ta slipped away and ran back to the garden. He found G there with an older man with white hair and kind eyes. This is Da, G said. He's going to help us. We need to hurry, Ta said, out of breath. The Vorn know about the puppies. They're looking for them right now. They called them genetic variants. Da looked at Nary and her puppies with sad eyes. What they did was wrong, he said in a gentle voice, and I won't let them do it again. Day paced back and forth in the garden, thinking hard. His white hair shone under the bright grow lights. After many years working with different alien species, he knew exactly how serious this situation was. The problem is evidence, he explained to Ta and G. We know the Vorn did illegal experiments, but we need proof to stop them from taking Nary and her puppies. The tracker inside Nary is proof, Ta said. It's not enough, Day replied. We need the Vorn's research data. Without it, they can claim Nary was always their property. Jai looked worried. How do we get their research data? We can't just walk into their lab and take it. Actually, we might be able to, Daz said with a small smile. But we need help. Over the next day, Da, Tai, and Jay carefully picked 3 more people they could trust. First was Yoon, a security officer with kind eyes who had helped G when some boys were teasing her about talking to plants. Next was Quan, a cargo pilot who knew every hidden corner of the station and wasn't afraid to break rules for a good reason. Last was Min, a young xenobiologist who studied alien animals and had argued against keeping them in cages. They all met in the garden at night. When they saw Nary and her puppies, they were surprised but not afraid. So we're saving alien dogs from evil scientists, Quan said with a grin. Sounds like fun. You knelt down to pet the puppies. No one should experiment on babies. I'll help however I can. Min couldn't stop looking at the puppies. They're incredible hybrids, she said. Each one shows traits from different species. This is amazing science, but it was done in a cruel way. Day explained their plan. First, we need to move Nary and her puppies somewhere the Vorn won't find them. Their tracker can tell them general location, but not exact. I know a place, Quan offered. There's an old storage room near the engines. The metal walls block tracking signals. Good, Dai continued. Second, we need to get the research data from the Vorn computers. Yoon, can you get us access to level 6? Yoon nodded. I can change the security schedule. You'll have 20 minutes, no more. I'll go in, Ta said. I know their computers from my maintenance work. I'll go too, Min added. I can understand the scientific data and know what to look for. Last today said, we need to contact the Galactic Protection Coalition. They enforce laws against illegal experiments, but it will take time for them to respond. Jai looked at Neri, who was listening to everything. Will we have enough time? The Vorn are already searching. Asterisk. They will find us within 2 days, asterisk Sue's voice said in all their minds. Everyone except Tai and Hajid jumped in surprise. What was that? Quan asked, looking around. That's Sue, Tai explained, pointing to the silver puppy. He can speak to our minds. Min knelt down, amazed. Telepathic abilities in a newborn hybrid. This is beyond any known science. Asterisk, we are more than science experiments. Asterisk, Sue said. Asterisk, we are living beings with rights, asterisk. And we'll make sure everyone knows that, Dad promised. They worked quickly. Quan and Ji took Neri and her puppies to the hidden room. Yoon changed the security schedules. Dad prepared a message for the Galactic Protection Coalition. Tai and Min prepared to enter the Vorn laboratory. Before they left, Tai went to say goodbye to Nari and the puppies. I'll be back soon, he promised. Neri looked at him with her intelligent purple eyes. She placed her paw on his hand, and he felt her gratitude and trust flow into his mind. No matter what happens, Ta said, you're not alone anymore. You have all of us now. As he left to face the dangerous Vorn, Todd wasn't afraid. For the first time since finding Nari, he felt hopeful. With these new friends working together, they had a real chance to save this special family. The engine room storage area hummed with a low sound. The metal walls vibrated slightly. Inside, Nari and her 6 puppies were resting on blankets that Quan had brought. Ji sat with them, watching over the small family while the others carried out their parts of the plan. Sue, the silver puppy, seemed restless. He paced around the small room, his bright eyes moving from wall to wall. What's wrong? Ji asked him. Asterisk, I feel something changing in me. Asterisk, Sue's voice answered in her mind. Asterisk, my abilities are growing stronger. Asterisk. Just then, the door opened and Da entered. His face looked tired but hopeful. I sent the message to the Galactic Protection Coalition, he told Ji, but it will take at least 3 days for them to respond. Ji frowned. That might be too late. The Vorn are searching everywhere. Day sat down beside her. We just need to hold out until Tai and Min get the research data. That will be our proof. Suddenly, Sue jumped up, his silver fur glowing brightly. Asterisk, mother needs to tell you something important, asterisk, he said. Asterisk, something she has been afraid to share, asterisk. Neri rose from her blanket and walked to Dai and Ji. Her purple eyes looked deep and wise. She placed one paw on Da's hand and one on Ji's. At that moment, Dai and Ji felt their minds open. A flood of images and feelings poured in. They saw a beautiful world with 2 moons. They saw tall cities built into giant trees. They saw lumina of all colors living peaceful lives. Then they saw ships coming. The Vorn arrived and captured many lumina. They were not just taking random animals. They were hunting specific ones. Royal guardians, Da whispered as the vision continued. They were looking for royal guardians. The vision showed Nari in a special place. She wore something like a crown made of light. She was important, a protector of knowledge. When the vision ended, Dai and Ji were breathless. Nari is not just any lumina, Daz said with awe in his voice. She's a royal guardian. Her genetic material contains the collected memory of her entire species. Jai looked at Nari with new understanding. That's why the Vorn wanted her. They weren't just making hybrid puppies. They were trying to access the ancestral knowledge inside her DNA. Asterisk, yes, asterisk, Sue confirmed. Asterisk, the Vorn seek the location of something precious. Something only the royal guardians know, asterisk. What are they looking for? G asked. Asterisk, our home planet has rare crystals that can power weapons, asterisk, Sue explained. Asterisk, the Vorn want them to build something terrible, asterisk. Just then, their communicators beeped. It was Ta's voice, speaking quickly and quietly. We got into the lab. Min is downloading the research files now, but we found something else. Plans for a weapon that could destroy entire planets. The Vorn need special crystals to power it, and they think the Lumina know where to find them. We already know, Day replied. Nari just showed us. She's a royal guardian, Ta. Her genetics contain the memory of her entire species, including the location of those crystals. That explains why they're so desperate to find her, Ta said. And why the silver puppy? Sue, Jay corrected. Why Sue can talk to our minds, Ta continued. He inherited his mother's memories, but also got new abilities from the experiments. Sue walked to the center of the room, his silver fur glowing brighter than ever. Asterisk, I am more than they intended. Asterisk, his voice said. Stronger now. Asterisk, he can access all of my mother's memories, but I can also share them with others. The Vorn created me to be a key, but I choose who can use that key, asterisk. Nari made a soft sound and nuzzled her special puppy. Her eyes showed pride mixed with worry. We need to keep moving, Day said, standing up. If the Vorn succeed in finding Nari and Sue, they won't just take them away. They'll use them to build a weapon that could kill billions. Alarms blared throughout the station. Red lights flashed in every corridor. Tai and Min ran as fast as they could, clutching the data chip with the Vorn research files. They know we took it. Min gasped as they turned a corner. We need to get back to the others. Behind them, they could hear the heavy steps of station security. Yum had warned them that the Vorn had convinced the station captain that Tai and his friends were thieves. They reached the engine room just as Quan was sealing the door. Hurry inside, Quan whispered. The Vorn have search teams everywhere. Inside the storage room, everyone gathered around the small family of Lumina. Dad was on his communicator, trying to reach his contacts at the Galactic Protection Coalition again. The Vorn have blocked all outgoing messages, he said, his face grim. We're on our own until someone notices we're not transmitting. Ta knelt beside Nari and her puppies. We got the data, he told them, showing the chip. It proves everything. The illegal experiments, the weapon plans, all of it. Sue stood up, his silver fur now glowing so brightly it lit up the dim room. Asterisk, it won't matter if we can't get the information out, asterisk, he said to everyone. Asterisk and the Vorn are coming. I can feel them getting closer, asterisk. How? G asked. The metal walls blocked their tracker. Asterisk, they are following our energy signature now, asterisk, Sue explained. Asterisk, me siblings, and I give off a unique energy when we use our abilities, asterisk. As if to demonstrate, the purple puppy made a small tool float in the air. The blue puppy's fur rippled with waves of light. The white puppy touched a small cut on Quan's hand, healing it instantly. Min watched with amazement. Each one has different abilities. The Vorn succeeded in creating something entirely new. But they don't own them, Ta said firmly. No one should own another living being. Sudden banging on the door made everyone jump. A cold voice called through the metal. This is Chief Scientist Vornik of the Vorn Research Division. We know you have our specimens. Open this door immediately, or we will force it open. Day stepped forward. We can't let them take Nari and the puppies, he said. But we also can't fight our way out. There are too many of them. Yum checked her security tablet. They have 10 guards plus 3 Vorn scientists, and the station captain is with them. Todd looked at his friends, then at the family he had saved from that cell. He wouldn't let them be taken back to a laboratory. He couldn't. We have to face them, he said. Show them the truth. How? G asked. Sue walked to the center of the room. Asterisk, I can show everyone the truth, asterisk, he said. Asterisk, if you open the door, I can create a mental link with all of them at once. Show them what the Vorn really did. What they planned to do, asterisk. That's too dangerous, Ta protested. What if they hurt you? Nari made a soft sound and nudged her silver puppy forward. Her eyes said she trusted her special child. Asterisk, it is time to stop hiding, asterisk, Sue said. Asterisk, mother, agrees, asterisk. The banging on the door grew louder. Metal creaked as they began forcing it open. Everyone get behind me, Ta said, standing in front of Nari and her puppies. The others formed a protective circle around the Lumina family. The door burst open. Light flooded in from the corridor. The Vorn scientists stood there, tall and gray, their cold eyes taking in the scene. Behind them were station security guards and the captain, a stern woman with a confused look on her face. Those are our research specimens, the lead Vorn said, pointing at Nari and her puppies. They are dangerous escaped experiments that belong to us. Before Ty could argue, Sue stepped forward. His silver fur blazed like a star. His eyes glowed with inner light. Asterisk, we belong to no one. Asterisk, his voice rang out, not just in their minds now, but somehow in the air itself. Asterisk, and this is the truth, asterisk. A wave of energy pulsed from the small silver puppy. It washed over everyone in the room and beyond, reaching every mind on the station. In that moment, everyone saw everything. Nari's capture, the cruel experiments, the weapon plans, the beauty of the Lumina world, and the terrible danger that threatened it. When the vision ended, there was complete silence. The silence that followed Sue's mental wave lasted only a moment. Then the station captain stepped forward, her face showing both shock and anger. Arrest the Vorn scientists, she ordered her security team, for illegal experimentation and conspiracy to develop banned weapons. The guards looked confused for a second, then moved to surround the tall, gray aliens. The lead Vorn scientist, Vornik, hissed in anger. These are our specimens, he protested. Our research is vital for killing billions. The captain cut him off. We all saw what you planned to do with that weapon. Take them to the holding cells. As the Vorn were led away, Ty knelt beside Sue, who looked tired after using so much energy. You did it, Ta said softly, stroking the silver puppy's head. You showed everyone the truth. Asterisk, not just everyone on this station. Asterisk, Sue replied, his mental voice weaker than before. Asterisk, he reached further. Much further, asterisk. Daz's communicator suddenly beeped. He answered it with surprise on his face. This is impossible, he said. It's from the Galactic Protection Coalition. They say they're already on their way. They received a distress call, a mental one, from this station. Min looked at Sue with amazement. You sent a telepathic distress call across space. That's beyond any known science. Sue simply rested his head on his mother's side. Nari licked her special puppy gently. 3 days later, the station buzzed with activity. Ships from the Galactic Protection Coalition filled the docking bays. Officials in formal uniforms took statements from Ta and his friends. The Vorn scientists were kept under heavy guard. But the biggest surprise came when a ship unlike any other arrived. It glowed with soft blue light and seemed to move without engines. When it docked, the beings that emerged looked like larger versions of Nari, Lumina adults with glowing fur in many colors. The lead Lumina, with deep blue fur and wise eyes, approached Ty and his friends who stood protectively near Nari and her puppies. We thank you for saving Nari, the Lumina said in a melodic voice that everyone could understand. She is precious to us, a royal guardian carrying our history and future. We thought the Lumina were nearly extinct, Day said. We had to hide. The blue Lumina explained. The Vorn and others hunted us for our genetic memory. But now, thanks to you and the brave young one, he nodded to Sue, we can emerge again. Todd felt a strange mix of happiness and sadness. You're taking them home, aren't you? Yes, the Lumina answered. Neri and her puppies belong with their people, but the young ones are something new, a bridge between species. They have opened a door that cannot be closed again. The Lumina leader turned to the station captain. We wish to establish formal relations with your people. We have been watching humans for many years. This human, he pointed to Tai, showed the compassion and courage we hoped to find. The captain looked surprised but pleased. We would be honored. Later, as Neri and her puppies prepared to board the Lumina ship, Tai knelt to say goodbye. His eyes were wet with tears. I'll miss you, he told them. All of you. Neri touched her nose to his hand, sending feelings of gratitude and love. Sue stepped forward. Asterisk, this is not goodbye, asterisk, the silver puppy said in Ta's mind. Asterisk, the Lumina Council has asked for a human representative to visit our world. They wanted to be you, asterisk. Me? Tai asked in surprise. I'm just a mechanic. Asterisk, you are the one who saw past appearances. Asterisk, Sue replied. Asterisk, who helped when no one else would. Will you come with us, asterisk? Tai looked at his friends. Ji, Dai, Yoon, Quan, and Min. They all smiled and nodded. We'll be fine, Ji said. This is your journey now. Tai turned back to Nari and her family. Yes, he said. I'll come. As he walked up the ramp of the glowing ship, Tai thought about how fixing a broken air vent had led him to change the future of two species. Sometimes, the smallest act of kindness could open the biggest doors.